Yeah, see, now I will take.
Good boy.
I will take. Yeah, in fact, I probably just played a clip. No, I know I played a clip. What am I talking about? I love that scene. All right, welcome back, everyone. Honestly, after the last event we had, I really wanted to take a long break, but after seeing all the comments and not just that video, but the follow-up video I did, as well as something that happened on my second channel, which I'll post later, I think I'm ready. I have been told by multiple people in no uncertain terms I need to see this event. So we're gonna do that. But one thing to point out, I have not seen any bits of the anniversary stream. Normally I do, but now that I'm playing regularly now, and I wouldn't have time to just watch it myself, I am going to see everything when it first appears. I mean, I feel like it's pretty clear Anise, based off the event we just played, will be the unit in question who appears. But that's all. Well, I don't even know that. Please, if we could hold all talk of that till the anniversary event, because I'm pretty sure that's the next Nikke video I'm going to upload. For now, let's get into this. Like normal, when I wait this long, I have pretty much completed the hard mode, so we'll do the whole thing in one video. So let's get started. Time to head out. We bring you breaking news of a historic event unlike anything in the Ark's history. Wait, what? They're mentioning when we reclaimed part of the surface. Since the Ark was founded, has any commander ever achieved something like this? On your screen now is Reclamation Site 01 4. Wait, what? Hold up. Operational security, bro. Why do they have our forward base? So, again, for my people who are watching the game solely through me, that's the base where we had dinner with the Four Beasts, Old Tales, and Liberalio. The base away from home where we can go out and try to reclaim more parts of the surface. That base should not be public knowledge, in my opinion. Oh my. So you're a fan too, I'm assuming? That's wonderful, truly wonderful. Okay, how you know we a child, all right? Actually, that's a good question. I don't know how old we are. Like, yeah. Our birth in general just has a bunch of questions. Central government has officially designated the newly reclaimed service as Reclamation Site 01. It's highly commended the commander responsible for the operation. Highly commended? Yeah, you better. Again, I'm not really well, there's a reason for the world government. You know, that's always a hard part for me when I read stories where the heroes are the military. Like, I read Expeditionary Force, and it was a book where I think it was a sergeant led an operation that ended up saving the planet. It's like at that point, he's still subject to the world government technically, but I mean, when you do stuff like that. Anywho, the TV screen shows the counters and the commander with our name and face displayed. Are you acting like you know us? That name sounds familiar. Well, I would hope so. Well, actually, no. We're supposed to be special ops, so, well, positives and negatives. You can tell just by looking at us. Okay, who are you? I think we've come this far. How wonderful. See, that's what I was referring to earlier. You might have some claim to that. Your eyes fall on a stack of old documents at the center of the desk. I see. So it's finally time. I didn't realize so much time has passed. You get to go outside again. It's been a while. I wonder how much the arc has changed over that time. Now, seriously, who are you? You're looking forward to it? It looks like you have like the bestseller deal, but you're not a part of their squad. Are you a Wait, I meant to go to the, yeah, here. So this is where we would have came here. You look like a teacher from what I'm seeing. But why do they need a, I guess we'll see. All right, White Crane A. You're told there was an issue with your mission report, so you spend the entire night revising it. By the time you finally step outside, it's morning. Oh, that's us. I flop into the bench right in front of me. Even if I head back now, someone will just come look for me anyway. Might as well stay here a little longer. Look up at the sky. Sunlight pours down from the dome of eternity, soft and warm. Nice weather. Maybe I'll take a quick nap. Close my eyes. And you just found us? Sun's nice, but there's still a breeze. You can catch a cold. Can I really? Like, that's actually a good point. With our intense regeneration, things like disease, well, I guess that's more Neon's thing. Yeah, we probably don't have that. Let's have us stand up for a moment. All right, look, I don't know you like that. I'm not finna just go along with some random stranger. So sleepy. I might get hurt. Actually, you're okay. That's actually facts. I'm too high profile to be falling asleep in the middle of the park. If anything, what happened to Pretty is a huge reminder of that. Except I'm basically invincible. Someone shoots me, now I just wake up. All right? Too bright? It's too bright. I wanted to shut my eyes again. Is it too bright for you? For a second, it feels like the light above me disappears. Wait, you put an umbrella above us? Do you like it? What should I do? What should you do with us? We look exhausted. Again, a slight breeze? Cloth. It can't be helped. Yeah, I'm looking at, you seem like a caretaker. I'll go with that instead of teacher. It's fine. There's someone walking away. Okay, we goes to sleep. How long has it been? I don't know, but I just want to sleep a little longer. But it's cold. Still want to sleep a little longer? What? Siren-like wail, huh? I sit up and something falls from my head. The cloth, I'm assuming. Did that really protect us? A handkerchief? So I'm guessing that has nothing to do with us. At least it shouldn't, right? A crowd gather around someone? You're not going, you don't wanna? Please calm down. Yeah, I don't think I've had too many scenes with the police Nikke squad here. Okay, that's not what I expected. Wait, hang on. I was about to say, that's a beautiful ending. Let's not skip ahead. Let's keep on schedule. Okay, what's wrong with you? You probably lost your parents, and Miranda's trying to take you someplace where you can reunite with them. Sick again, huh? Your friend? Okay, why were two kids even by themselves here in the first place? Yeah. Well, that is important. Hello again, you need some help? Well, I know I shouldn't offer help. Again, high profile. We should really be swamped in work right now. You found a lost child. Supposed to escort her to her parents at the station. You can't leave because your friend is missing. Been crying nonstop and worried she might get dehydrated. Do we got a name? Is there a loudspeaker anywhere? It's okay if you can't find him. I see. Miss Snow. Then why were you crying? Oh. What is the call to do in that situation? If someone's parents or caretaker says they'll return to that spot, well, I guess you just wait with the child until the parent comes back. True. Nothing to apologize for. When's Miss Snow getting here? That's the problem. How long has it been since you went to look for your friend? You don't know. Yeah, that's kind of worrying. Honestly, that's a terrible caretaker thing to do. You should have taken her with her. Yeah. That's possible. We don't know who this is. You're supposed to keep your promises? Okay. Hold on. It's possible. You really think so? Yeah. And what do we do? No, I don't think so. You'll go look for her right away? That shouldn't be our job, though. But we have no description. We don't even know who we're looking for. I suppose so. The one in charge of them, if that wasn't obvious. I almost forgot. We'll be right back. So yeah, listen to the nice officer. Why we get ourselves involved in so much stuff? We cannot be that effective if we're getting involved in day-to-day. It's almost like we're helping everybody in the arc at this point. Promise you'll stay with the officer and not cry? Okay. I'm about to go look. And there you go. Good. See, now that's what we should have asked. We didn't have a description of you. Yeah. Are you the person in question? That's not your name? Oh, no, your name is Snow Crane. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was an interesting introduction. Let's move on to the next part. Yeah, you should have taken her with you. Ta-da! Okay, well that's a nice apology. And I like the word choice you're using here. You definitely have experience dealing with kids. I'll tell me your friend is... What? What? Okay, nah, Snow Crane. Snow Crane. Why didn't you just take the child with you? Nah, I'm sorry, I gotta dock some points for that. He's your friend? Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that would have been a mess. Who else do we still need to find? Yeah, we were looking for you. Yeah, we were starting to think you got lost or something. You're sorry? Oh. Well, even more of a reason. If this is your first time being up, I understand how you got lost. But you gotta keep her in your sight. Actually, is she even your responsibility? That would change things. It's been a while. Okay. I didn't really do much, but all right. Yeah, okay. I take back what I said. She wasn't your responsibility. Wait, but then... Hold up. So we'll be heading off now. Where are your parents then? Okay, so it's the parents that I need to be mad at. Gotcha. Nah, that was trash. That was a kind thing you did. My apologies. My apologies. Thank you for comforting the little one. What? Oh no, we gotta fix that. We have an actual daughter now. Well, actually, I am almost positive only one's gonna grow up really quickly. Well, relatively speaking. Because, well, the options are, if the Debs do anything to only one, I think that would be a step too far if she's still young. And they also have the opportunity, because she's got part of Red Hood in her too, because she has Brappy's dual core, so... Or only one could end up looking completely different. Point is, we may not need to know how to deal with kids to deal with only one, because only one may grow up quickly. But still, you're really good with them. That's an interesting word to use. You like kind people like us too? I certainly feel you on that. I want to go... Okay, there's being humble, and then... Like, how can we... I think if we could write good person, there was a dictionary definition, our name would definitely be on one of the examples. As many people as we've helped out, and as much as we refuse to take more violent options when that would be the easier option, when we just made people from all different walks of life, well, really, heretics, 4Bs, Nikkes, humans, all team up. We gotta be. Now then, why are you staring at us like that? You're glad we're awake now. Ah, you didn't know. How long have you been down there? Were we? Yeah, is this yours? It is. Thank you for bringing it back to me. That was very kind of you, friend. And that's your name for us. I can never throw this away. Thanks for covering me earlier. The sun was really bright. It's nothing really. Again, can we get sunburned? How does star regeneration work with that? You're a snow... Wait. Did they just say... Why is that a concern now that I think about it? We're in the Ark. They don't moderate that? I would think anyone who's grown here would be suitably adapted after 100 years to the level of sunlight they would... Unless they change it. Actually, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Has there been an event that's dealt with the weather of the Ark? You know me? Absolutely. Yeah, we shouldn't be too surprised going forward that we're on the TV. But why is our base? Actually, I do think I remember them saying something about how they wanted the public to know. And it's been a while, I forgot. Of course. Yeah, in theory. Yeah, no one else has managed it. And it was in no help from the central government. In fact, if you want to be completely honest, it was more so due to, well, you could say Red Hood. Yeah. When you think about it, what's wrong? Might be a little tricky otherwise. Okay, head pat. Tiny pat will, or tiny bit will do. Yeah. Head pat. what is your or right now, all the squads have a reason for existing, and yours seems very. Somehow you knew who we were. Did you raise us, basically? Is that the? Because we were grown in a test tube, I'm assuming. So, and there's a more extended version. In fact, I think I might have that already. Claiming you're part of the surface is such an incredible thing, and you did something so kind that no one else would. Not gonna lie though. Well, no, I could tell from how you were talking before that you had genuine intentions, but this could easily be misconstrued. But yeah, you're so proud of us. Now again, I need more backstory before I hear some. Again, we don't really know each other that well. So the fact you're proud of me, it's like, okay, but who are you? Yeah, that's enough praise for now. All right. Well, I'm glad you finally get to. And one other thing I was wondering, have they ever addressed how people tell the... Well, basically, long story short, could we tell Snow Crane was a Nikke beforehand? Like, if that would make a difference, I actually would be more calmer around Nikke than a normal woman. Nikkes are a lot more trustworthy in general. Well, at least as far as we're concerned. Nah, it shouldn't be a rule. It shouldn't be a rule. But they can't harm us, so... In general. You're sorry? Was taking us by surprise. You didn't make us uncomfortable, did I? No, not really. I suppose. You're sorry? We're just so surprised to see how much we've grown. It made us so proud. Made you so proud. Can't help but pat our head? It's a little embarrassed. Yeah, that part. Does it sound familiar? Did we say that before when we were younger? Or... Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Even grown-ups deserve a lot of praise when they've done a good job. Well, yeah, but I need to know. If you free rentier, I need to know that. I need to... If Freeman just started patting random people on the head, he'd be like, what are you doing? Although her ears kind of help give it away that she's older. Still. What did you just say? Even grown-ups deserve a little praise too. That's not quite it. No, I think we're tapping into some memories here. It's 11:20 a.m. You might be late if you don't hurry. Okay. So you're not gonna explain a bit about your role in our possible life? You don't know where to go. Yep. Sorry to bother us. Doing another train? Yes, I am very familiar with that squad. A map? Oh yeah, you have that tablet, don't you? Yeah, why don't you just check your map on your phone? Phones have maps. How long has it been for you? Also, not gonna lie, I would have thought technology back then, even if it's 100 years ago. Well, no. Eleg also mentioned how old technology, like in the Stellar Blade crossover. And we now, or heavily suspect the arc was made by the Deep using some super tech. So, I guess that does make sense. They gave you a new phone? I'll take you there. All right, let's keep going. Yes, this is a station. You might have wandered around forever. Have they? Well, there's only so much of the arc to go around. No problem. You're welcome. The thing is, look at the departure board, your eyes moving over the train schedules. So many trains running. Where are you trying to get to? The school? Somewhere along Royal Road. What? That's new to me. Do you have the address? Of course. You wrote it down somewhere? Okay, can I take a look? 3 addresses, you point to the first one. A department store. Dang, I know it like that! Just catch a train from Royal Road to Royal Road from platform 1. Why does that sound like a tongue twister? I guess Royal Road, saying that 3 times fast. Royal Road, Royal Road, Royal Road, Yeah. Anyone can figure that out? We're smart, huh? Yeah, see, again, I know who you are, but that could easily come off as condescending. Yeah, that part. That deserves some praise. Thank you so much for helping me. Okay, you seem like you need a whole guide, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, without asking anything. But if we haven't, she wouldn't know how to call us, would she? What's wrong? You don't know how to get on the train? Yep. This isn't good. What is it this time? Yep, you don't know how to buy a ticket. You need one, but you're not sure where to go. It's not obvious? Well, I don't mean to be rude. I would think things like that they try to make it intuitive. I think there was some book that I read that said a good sign of good future technology is how intuitive it is. Although I guess an iPhone, for no one who even knows what touchscreen would be a hard thing to pick up. Or any touchscreen based phone, not just an iPhone. So, although you got that tablet, again. Oh, it is? I actually didn't know that. Shame on me. It's part of the social welfare program. So, do people pay for it from the taxes? Yeah, that's nice. Ark has come such a long Well, yeah, there have been some important people who have made some changes. Yeah, that's right. You okay with you? Honestly, again, if I'm willing to get involved this much, I should just make sure you get to where you're going safely. You ask around, you're sure you'll manage? Nah, we'll take you there. Yeah. No, we're not. We're not. We're not. We can't be. There's too many events for us to be that busy. We should be. But we have so much free time. Yep, see? We're free today. If I can't go with you, I'll at least walk you part of the way. Okay. You're just meeting someone to pass along a letter. Okay. They're all kind people. You even walked me all the way here. When you see someone who's lost, it's only natural to flashback. Friend. That's a statement. Nothing in this world is only natural. You're right, though. You're absolutely right. In the end, it all comes down to the choices we make. Which, by the way, now that I think about it, if you can't be a caretaker. This and this is not caretaker attire. No. That would be a massive problem. I could actually see the ears and the hair ornaments being to make you seem more of a friendly figure to kids. I could see that being the logic here. But this and that, nah. Nah. But we'll see. We'll see. You haven't told us what you do yet. When you're done with everything for today. Speaking of Red Hood, really, a wish. Doesn't have to be today. You'll take care of the agreement. I don't think that's necessary. Oh, wait, so you're... What's that job? Maybe you'll tell me. You manage agreements. Shall we make a promise instead? We'll still need to keep it just like an agreement, but it won't feel quite so heavy. Okay. Why does it seem like I should have? Made me so proud. Oh. Yes. See, if you do know us, it's a cruelty to drop a line like that and then not explain. Yeah. And we don't know many people. Well, yeah, I think it's a total of 2 who might know about us. Which is Gian, unfortunately, and Mana. Yeah, and the project I'm tied to. Something bothering us? Nah, I think we're good. Yeah, let's make a promise. I got something I want to ask you too. Is this a setup? No, I can't imagine you setting something up like that. I just think you're so overwhelmed with everything that's new. You'll grant us one wish. Yeah, I'll hold you to that. So then that's definitely the first part of this then. We give up the letters and... Nah, I don't have enough to make a theory yet. Well, I can make part of a theory. That the letters are the agreements people have made, and people trust you to handle anything agreement-wise. How beautiful. What a big space, and it's all shops. How nice. That's not normal. You wonder if the flowers are real? Yeah, I'm surprised that stuff is what's getting to you. It seems more than just it's been a long time. It also seems like you've been isolated, period. Yeah. What? Okay, hold up. That implies something. Were you with the ark's construction? I mean, I guess it's possible they could. I mean, the Ark, they got builders. It's not like the Ark has been stagnant all this time, but still. Really? That's interesting. That's not quite fair of me to say. You're always traveling for agreements, so you never really had a chance to look around. So you just handle contracts specifically? When you first arrived, the war was still going on, so everything felt very different from how it does now. Yeah. People who grow up in the Ark nowadays, well, wouldn't have seen a rapture until recent events. Again, Nihilister barging in, Dorothy stopping her, and that whole thing with Crow. And EH, because it was actually EH's bomb that tore the hole open. Watch people spill out of the store, their moods written plainly on their faces. Some look pleased with their purchases, while others mother under their breath, clearly dissatisfied. Just watching them makes you happy. Yeah, where are we going? Under Grace, it's a cafe. It's on B1. Let's head down. Yeah, that's technology for you. I remember going to an airport and trying to find stuff there. It was quite an experience. No, not like I haven't been to airports before, but just Well, just traveling in general. Yeah. Of course, some places aren't as convenient as others, but... So what I was trying to say is I wonder if these people we're going to meet are important. Okay. Thanks for the compliment. Sure, it's okay if I go down with you. I can just wait outside. You did? Yeah, and I wouldn't try to challenge you on that. If I need information and you said it's okay once, let's not question our good fortune. They won't mind at all? Okay, is it I don't want to say someone on death's door, but there's got to be something significant for... And the signatory said there's no need to keep it a secret? Who's that? Is there a constant signatory, or... Yeah, you're doing this because of an agreement. That's right. You're just fulfilling a request. Okay. Nah, I'll be fine. Let's head inside. Sure. We step inside to the... This is not... Nah, they need a different like, locations that a squad has headquarters in. We need a different cafe. They got the money. Coffee smells lovely. It really does. Middle-aged woman, thank you for the compliment. Young folks. And that's another thing. There's so much evergreen going around. You don't know who's young and who's old. Well, not so much. It's just, you can't assume. You can't assume age in the arc, right? Main's right over there, so take your time and have a look for ordering. What's wrong? Can I help you? Are you Sarah by any chance? Did you raise her? Again, you do agreements, but still. Yes, that's me, but who are you? It's the first time we met in person. My name is Snow Crane. Miss Snow Crane? Yes, that's right. It's a pleasure to meet you, my friend. Okay. Let's see what this letter's all about. Soft clink. You set 2 cups of hot coffee on the table. Oh, wow, thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. Don't mention it. I suppose so? You sit across the table? Really? Why is that the case? Hope I didn't surprise you too much by dropping in so suddenly. Don't worry about it. I had a feeling it was about time, so if anything, I'm just surprised I was actually right. How long you look? Was that a joke? We've been exchanging letters for decades. I never imagined we look so young. Okay, you're in every... So you should know. You should know. That doesn't mean that there are some youngins. You started using Evergreen earlier than most of your friends, and you kept it up ever since. For several decades? Yeah, who is this? A foundation run by one of your signatories. A foundation? You were only a child when everyone migrated to the Ark and you came alone without your parents. Like Frisia, although she found someone. That's it? Wait. Foundation supported you, and in return, you entered into an agreement with Miss Snow Crane, who oversees the Foundation on behalf of another. So, the Foundation does work with kids. But they can't come out of the Ark or something? Wait, what? I'm still not seeing the connection here. Yeah, you've been around the Ark. You've been around since the Ark migration. Wait, oh, snap! I shouldn't say that. Forgive me, ma'am. But you're over 100 years old! Yeah, I know. I messed up. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I totally would. I probably would have done that. Well, no. I like to think I would have just maybe whitened my eyes and then try to hide it. Perhaps. Question of the day? Maybe. That's why you asked if she was surprised by how young you look. Because you're middle aged now, but you should be one of the oldest people here. Exactly. We never actually met in person, just exchanged letters. So, she's middle aged. What does that mean for people like Mustang? Or, I guess, Anderson? Yeah, Anderson would be a better character to wonder about. Because he's been around since the beginning. But yeah, he doesn't look... Well, he looks older. He does look older. Middle age, though? Perhaps. But he wasn't a kid. Wait, what? Oh, the letters. And deliver this letter that was left for you. I see. So this is the letter from them. Is it the foundation, or was it your parents? Did they find a letter from them? May you read it first? Of course. You bury your hands in your face and begin to cry. I reach for a tissue to hand her. Okay. You really wanted to meet us just once, but in the end, you never got to. What? Oh, don't tell me your memories are being erased. Your sobs are full of longing, gratitude, and sorrow. A little while later, thank you both for waiting. To think I make such a scene at my age and in front of someone younger too. I'm sorry. Not at all. Nothing to be ashamed of. It's only natural to cry when you're hurting. Thank you, Miss Snow Crane, for waiting so patiently and for bringing me this letter. Yeah, it's gonna feel a little lonelier now. Wait, no, but then did I miss something? Go back. I really wanted to meet you just once, but in the end, I never got to. And it must not be... Okay, it must not be you then. So no, not memories. You worked so hard all this time. Likewise, Miss Snow Crane. You'll proceed with closing out the agreement. Sarah, you have one final question. In your opinion... That's a good question. Would you like me to be honest? No. The methods have changed, but things haven't improved in the slightest. Of course, people's lives are far better than they used to be. Even someone like me, a former war orphan, now runs a cafe on Royal Road. Thanks to Evergreen, I've been able to keep this useful. How'd you afford it back then, actually? People's hearts are still sick. They've just grown worse in a different way. They've grown used to peace in the arc they've forgotten. Interesting perspective. Forgotten who made the peace possible in the first place. Oh. Well, I should have guessed since this came out the same time Frisia's side story. Why? I said I was good. So hold up. So you all knew this. Well, you probably didn't think too much of it. I think a lot of people who told me this was important watched this first before doing the side story. Which I think if I was playing the game by myself, I probably would have done the same. Say the best for last kind of deal. But for recording wise, I knew people would want to see the side story as soon as possible. Still, I was actually trying to hope that you weren't alluding to that. But no, you name dropped her. Okay, so they have improved. Okay. Yet whenever something happens in the arc, yes, they are. That's one thing that we don't often see in the main story, it almost seems like it's non-existent. Like, what happened recently in the main story? We were fighting the 4 beasts, and we came back from essentially another mission success. We got information. We found out what happened with Eden. Well, to be fair, I don't think we spent a significant time in the arc until 6-0. And even then, Anise. We saw it more with Anise when she was training to be the next successor of Pretty. But I'm just trying to say, with our status and what we're doing, we have success. Even the most diehard of haters. Well, I mean, they can still hate, but we're saving your lives. At that point, it takes a certain special individual to hate somebody who is actually succeeding and making changes. Although I could think of a way. A group being born or a group being founded that are worried we will succeed in reclaiming the service because they're afraid of going back into the service. The arc is all they know. It's peaceful in the arc. It could be that. I think that actually might be a plot point much later, but not now. Peace has become a given, and with that, they've grown complacent, ungrateful. Just like so many who once belonged to our foundation. Never satisfied with the support they were given, foolish enough to try taking the foundation's money, only to end up facing your judgment? Oh, hold up. Wait, what? What? Yeah, face your judgment? You're right. Sorry for being so negative at our last meeting, but I really don't think the society has improved at all. That's just how I see it. Thank you. I've listened carefully to everything you've shared. I appreciate you seeing this through to the very end. Hope your days ahead are filled with peace. Well, at least she doesn't hate, or she still likes you. Okay, I gotta think for a second. I think I can see it, because for me, I'm more so comparing it to our lives. I would definitely say us currently have better lives than people 100 years or 200 years ago. We have so much more improvements in medication. Yeah, sure, we have our own problems, but compared to what we had to deal with previously, as society as a whole, I think, does have much better lives. So you could, from her standpoint, it's almost like she's saying, if I were to use my country, for example, I think the quality of education for us was much better back then. Kids in schools nowadays have way too much power. And so do the parents, by the way. And I think there's a lot of people who shouldn't be having kids that are having kids, and those kids who have bad parents also, we get more and more bad apples, so to speak. And so I was just considering that standpoint, but I do have to remember they do have a very massive threat over their heads. And truly, if Liberalio, and I will stand on that. I think, let me not mention that. Now I've seen a lot of people like Liberalio. I think it's safe to say, Liberalio is one of the reasons humanity was still around. Otherwise, another heretic that was made by Mirror would have came into being. Another queen. And then Well, who cares about the arc? So, in other words, I'm trying to say that that's different. We don't have a clear invisible threat, though I do think we should make precautions against some threats. But even those precautions we can make can end up being a weapon itself. Anyways, point is, I understand her mindset. So we have to come to the hospital now. You're glad we're with you? Yeah, second layer for a patient, right? Oliver. I see. Was he out shooting criminals with a bow and arrow? Can we not come in for this one? Well, yeah, I'm wondering what the heck is even going on. Can't even look you in the eye. Yeah. So now that's what I'm saying. We gotta at least have when Evergreen and Nikke's exist, because that's another thing. Rappy, Anise, and probably even Neon. Maybe not Neon, but definitely Rappy and Anise. They old. Like, they are our seniors, really. So you know, you gotta be careful nowadays in the arc. Oh, that's fair. Is that what's been bothering us? I can see how you would like that. How could it not? Someone from back when the arc was sealed is calling you Miss. Oh yeah, but that's a hint as to how old you are. All right. You'd be happier if we didn't worry about things like that? I'll try to keep things more casual then. What? Is that Oliver? It's a Nikke. Okay, well, there's nothing wrong. Well, you know, they're doing their job. Stay with us. You can't die like this. It has been an accident. Suppose so. Patient in a hospital gown sits with a downcast expression, a companion beside them quietly holding their hand. Nearby, someone waits their turn, fear written plainly across their face. It is a hospital. It is a hospital. Are you all right? Although, I'm not sure if I saw a lot of that in the waiting rooms, but have you? Ever since Evergreen was developed. Yeah, and medicine has advanced just as much, and yet humans, in Nikke's too. I think we need that, though. If everything was perfect, then I think that would also cause us to die out. If people had no reason to strive forward to be better. I'm not saying, people need to die. Or that, if we could get rid of things like cancer, like that's not a good thing. It absolutely is. But you get stronger overcoming stuff like that. Even after all this time, that hasn't changed. Makes you a little sad. I'm glad I was actually curious on what we would say to that. We submitted a visitation request a while ago, but it looks like it's taking longer than expected. Yeah, let's go check. Okay, well, we're up. And there... Is he in a coma? An elderly man lies there, kept alive by a web of machines and tubes. Nice to meet you, Oliver. I'm Snow Crane. Welcome, Miss Snow Crane. You've been waiting. Yo, what? No, I should at least ask some questions. Well, it's not necessarily my business. I'm just a visitor. Maybe we'll wait for the wish. It's more than enough. Thank you for waiting. It's ended? That's right. The contract is ended, so I want to see you in person. Now, what is going on? A letter. Yeah, you got an IV drip in you. You read in silence. You fold it with care and sit it on the blanket. I see. It must be the owner of the foundation? And you still can't tell us why. That's right. What a pity. What do you think of the Ark? Yeah. A better place? So you say yes. There was a time when I thought the Ark was flawed and unjust place, but as you grew older and fell ill, you started to see things differently. You lost your entire family to the raptors on the surface, but you were able to build a new one and keep going. The reason you've been able to live such a long life is because of the people of the Ark, the Foundation included. Even now as you lie here sick, it's no different. Thanks to the help of so many and the devotion of your children. I see. In a place where so many good people live, I believe it has become a better world than it once was. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Are you waiting till people reach a certain age and then asking them what they think of the Ark? Honestly, I would have think in that case you would work for VTC, but they should be gone now. We saw their leader herself. She is 110%. Well, actually, I can't say that. Someone always could have taken Princess later and made her into Nikke. Though I doubt it, but I had another idea, but I lost it. Just something you had to do. Just glad you could see this agreement through before things got worse. It's that important to you. Thank you for all your hard work, Oliver. Could I ask for one last favor? If you meet them, please tell them I'm grateful to them for letting me live as a human. Now, who is this, legendary figure? Deliver that message for me. I'll be sure to pass it along. For a beautiful ending. Okay. Where to next? The third list. Oh, that's my stomach? What was that sound? No. Yeah, don't look so surprised. You didn't even notice. It's already past lunchtime. My metabolism should also be much higher with my regeneration. That part. But see, that's even more strange. Why do I have something in common with them? Are we an orphan? I thought we were made in a test tube. And I guess I should mention, there's still one character that I know has to be very important that we don't know. I don't think it's Snow Crane. But from our past, it's one of the only memories we have. It seemed like it would be a cliche that it would be Rabby, for example. But we have literally seen the backstories of our three main characters. It's none of them. We haven't seen Marion's, though. And in fact, I don't know if Marion will ever get her full memories back. So maybe I doubt very seriously they dropped that plot point. These devs, they plan things out too much for a character like that to just disappear completely. Something won't do. Let's go have lunch right now. No, I'd rather rush. If your stomach's that hungry, okay, that makes sense. Snacking instead of a real meal, yeah, you wouldn't want that. I need to eat something properly. Yes, I did read that quickly, but just in case. Yeah. Need to eat proper meals, stay healthy. Let's go get something to eat together right now. Let's go. Off we go. Why you just we don't, she doesn't know where to go. Yeah, you don't? I see. You might not know the tasty spots around here. Just hang on one second. That's actually not a bad idea if we didn't have technology. Yeah, we'll just take you. Hold up, that sounds like a date with a. I'm not gonna use that word. Yeah, I'm not gonna use that word, but she wouldn't be. She would be grandma tier, is all I will say. Cosmo Taste! The Cosmo Burger? Okay. Yeah, you don't know what a kiosk is? I guess you actually could call them kiosks, but no. That's an actual device. Yeah, that's not it. It's a kiosk. It's a machine you can use to place orders on your own. How do you pay then? You pay at the same time you order. I generally have no idea how it worked back then. But I did see, I think it was a movie, but I saw a clip of like when McDonald's first came out, people like, how do you eat it? With your hands. It's like, the food was already ready that quickly? Fascinating. Think I understand some kind of vending? No. Well, yeah, you could say that, but yeah, that must make life easier for introverts. You know, now that I think about it, when's the last time I've been to a restaurant with a kiosk and not me ordering physically? It's been a minute. Is it so good? That's the new burger? Yeah, I want a bite. Heck nah, you ain't getting a bite of my food unless we on a date. And specifically a date. After we marry, honey, if you want some food, I will buy you some more. Do not take mine. Nah, I'm lying. I am absolutely lying. If it was Uzume or Tamira, I would fully, yeah, I'm lying. Anyways, never had a hamburger? Oh no, we gotta hook you up. Why? Were you locked up or so? I thought you were in a place that was like I thought it was on the rooftops but underground. I'm not sure if I said it, but it reminded me like the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle. That exactly, honestly. Nothing like that. Suppose you could say I was there partly out of duty, partly because I chose to be. Okay. Yeah. Guess that means you handle other contracts too, not just the ones related to what we're doing right now. Dang it! Can you go first? Yeah, we should. Why are we in line talking? Okay, fine. I'm gonna try a new burger. I gotta say, I have been listening to a lot of supports in Fire Emblem over the years, and that was a much more natural transition than how some of the Fire Emblem conversations try to end their supports. Because obviously the story's not over, right? They gotta keep us watching. So, but that transition as far as Hima's interested, but also we can't really talk now because we're trying to get some food. That makes sense. And yeah, let's get what they got. You go get us a table. Is it assigned? Let's get it to go. Oh, because yeah, we got places to be. Let's see B. 2 combo meals. Oh, we're not eating in the table? Is it because we want to talk? Just didn't know this is how people ate out now. It's always fun to experience new things. I'm sure I'll enjoy eating out here. Nah, that does sound, it sounds very weird to me to, well, I say that. But my grandma likes fast food, so. You'd be older than she is, but still. Yeah. Yeah, especially the nuggets. Yeah. Why the sigh? Just feel bad we ended up paying because you didn't know how? No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, you can do it next time. And that's just what I'll do. As long as you can stay on the surface, I'm looking forward to it. Please tell me you like it. There we go. Glad you like it. If you're grandma, why are you dressing like that? Well, because you're not. I think being a Nikke might also change. Like, you're essentially immortal, I guess? So if you're that same age, just because you're older, I guess it's like a free run thing. Yeah, your life cycle might be, in fact, not just free run, I think Rappy too. Rappy didn't even unlock her emotions until recently, and you can really feel that with how she's acting. Well, full access to her emotions. I'll get started on mine as well. Gotta see what all the fuss is about. All right, this is new. I don't even know what this is about or what this is like. Why the music stop? A family, elderly men resting on the roadside, merchants squabbling with one another. Watch as everyone goes around living their lives in peace. Oh, I meant to talk about that. I like how the old man and the woman had different answers on the arc. I like that. You really like this, don't you? You seem to enjoy people watching. Well, I know someone else who does. Being able to eat while watching all these people makes you happy. Wait a moment. Huh. That was considerate of us. And the weather's nice as well. Yeah. So kind and caring. Yeah, see, now I will take...
Good boy.
I will take... Yeah, in fact, I probably just played a clip. No, I know I played a clip. What am I talking about? I love that scene. Unironically. Anyways. How'd you know, though? What gave it away? Yeah, the department store and hospital and pretty much everywhere we've been, you seem to be noticing others. Like when you found me sleeping in the park and helped me. Or when you helped that girl who lost her teddy bear. Figure the reason you're able to notice people is because you must enjoy watching them. True. Although, well, people are still people. Find those differences so endlessly fascinating that you can't help but look around everywhere and watch. Yeah, you did on occasion, but mostly for work. Why not? You were in a lab training for what was to become your line of work. So when it comes to what you might call normal life, this might actually be my first time experiencing it. Why? Yeah, no. So you don't even know who you used to be. You will watch Tetra TV and read the letters sent by each year about the people who had contracts with the Foundation. In those letters, there was a world you had never experienced, a living, breathing arc. That might be why I had more of a personal attachment to this contract than most of the others. I see. Does it make you feel a little sad? What do you mean? I was able to pick that up? Yeah, oh, well, yeah, that part, we know that was part of the contract. But they held their end of the contract through to the very end. That's enough for me to be happy. Being able to inform someone that they fulfilled the contract isn't something that happens often. It's not? Something Sarah mentioned earlier. It's about people in the Foundation and how a lot were dissatisfied with the support they received, so they tried to take the Foundation's money and I had to discipline them. Yeah, I remember that. Over 100 children? Now, only 3 of them remain who were faithful to their agreements? Yeah, what happened to the other... Okay, that part I expected. What does that mean? Yeah, if you don't want to say, I mean, you told us that they were disciplined, so is it all right to ask? Okay. First, you try to reason with them. If that doesn't work, you give them a warning, and if that fails, you resort to force. And this line of work, that sort of thing happens more often. No, that makes sense. You're not just handling agreements, you're also enforcing them. That makes, okay, I don't know why I didn't come up with that idea. Oh, because you seem so nice. You don't seem like the type of person who would use violence at all. In fact, you seem like anybody using violence on you, not that you would fold, but clearly that's wrong. You're a fighter. I guess it's kind of like somebody who's, if their alone is passed, that must be what your squad is for. Now I think about it, it would help to have Nikkes who handle that sort of thing. Very few people see an agreement through to its end. That being said, with this contract, there are 3 whole people who either made it to the end or who still can. That's why you're happy. You get to meet those who showed me the arc long ago, and then look them in the eye, tell them they've done well, and bring all this to a beautiful close. I see. Yeah, I get it now. I really am a good person. Nah, we really can't. We gotta stop saying that. Like, it's almost rude to them to say that. Only helping. Oh, yeah, that is true. We were doing that. What's wrong? Where you saying that last letter need to go? Leo. That's not far from here. Let's go talk to him and bring this contract to its proper end. Yeah, let's finish eating. I will chew properly. I can probably die by choking, huh? I don't want to find that out. However, I kind of suspected that, though. I was like, is Leo not going to be there? Or did he not make it to the end? Because again, these people are old. It looked like we almost got to, or barely got to Oliver. The final letter. Said it was 5th shelf. This should be it. Oh. It's an urn. An hour earlier. Hello. Does your name happen to be Leo? He's your father. Oh, I see. What a wonderful son he has. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Snow Crane. I came to inform you, your father, of the end of his contract with the Foundation. I mean, I would imagine, she got snow cranes on her, what would you call that? I want to say kimono, but that doesn't seem right. You know who I am? He's been waiting for you for a very long time. Could you tell me where he is? Just a week. They missed him by just a week. We were in touch only a month ago. How could that happen? Really? Could he not afford it anymore? I wish you'd come a bit sooner. He never stopped waiting for the day you'd come. Wow. Well, but shouldn't he know, though, the contract's timeline? Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry for your loss. It's also your loss, too. But, wait. Yeah. So this is how we finally meet. He was in a locker? Thank you for asking his son about this. When he told me what happened, my mind went completely blank. This isn't the first time something like this has happened, but I can never get used to it. Yeah. That's a good thing in my opinion. You shouldn't get used to that. That's understandable. Just found out you lost someone you've been in touch with for a long time. Yeah, it's 100 years. You corresponded for a very long time. He made sure his letters arrived in the morning. He never missed a single one, not even this year. He was faithful and dedicated. Just the kind of person he was. And he passed on before we could finish things up. So, that's a shame. I just realized it. So people who misbehave, they got to meet you. But the people who did their job, they didn't get to meet you. Nah. I'm not blaming you. Who set this up? Like, why? Still need more details, of course. Then Leo might have received the letter he'd been waiting for all this time. Now he'll never be able to deliver it. You're not leaving the letter? You have to take it back? Huh. Why don't you read it to him? Let's read it here. Isn't that how the contract's supposed to end? He may no longer be here, but that doesn't change the fact that he was faithful to his agreement the whole time. So read for him and let's finish out his contract. That is true. You're right. It's important to have closure. No problem. You've got this. Leo, though we are conducting this meeting in a way I had not anticipated, you have faithfully performed your contractual obligations for the duration of the agreement. Therefore, as a witness to the contract, I, Snow Crane, hereby officially declare you that you, Leo, have fulfilled your contract with the Foundation to the fullest extent. I will now read this letter out loud on the signatory's behalf, and bring this contract to a close. Oh, it is their parents. So then, after writing you once when you first joined the Foundation and again when you first came of age and left the care facility, I'm now writing you a third time. Have you been well? If you're reading this letter, it must mean you've kept your promise to the Foundation for all these years. I applaud such remarkable display of devotion. Despite the severe hardships you've endured for losing your family and being cast to an unfamiliar environment, you've managed to live honestly without losing your life. That takes great courage and resolve, and I commend you for it. I'm sorry I cannot tell you all this in person. It also means that, like all of you, I am too in keeping the promise I have made with someone. Yo, I'm not sure if I could. Yo, hold up, family. What's this? Why can't you see me? I wish you could see for yourself how your face has changed as you grow up. Well, clearly they care. There's got to be something going on with it. I bet you come and find an adult. In fact, I'm sure you have. Well, the contract will end and the Foundation will no longer walk through life beside you. I truly believe you already found new dear family members. So, Leo, I do not know how much of life still lies before you, but you've proved your devotion in your life up until now, and for that, I hope your life will continue to shine until the very end. Even from afar, I will always be cheering for you, your eternal supporter in life. Huh. Are these like central government parents? Through them, I was able to see the Ark from even deep underground. I wish I could have met you and told you this in person. Thank you so much for your dedication. Yeah, you were a good guy, Leo. All right. Final letter B. Sure, we can do that. Is this the bench where we first met? No one else in the park? Thank you for today. You know, I wonder if it would be safer in the park at night in the Ark than it would be up top. Certainly no wild animals or anything like that. It was all you. You did great today. Yeah, that is true. You lower your head in gratitude. It was an unforgettable experience. Now then, since we finished everything, the requests. Right. It still bothers me that you didn't just come out and say it, though. Should this be something we even ask you? You'll do whatever you can for us? There are a few questions we want to ask us. Will you answer them honestly? Yeah, these questions are really important to me. You do? You don't have any idea? Please? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. See, but then what's the point of the wish then? I feel like you would have helped. Well, yeah, you would have helped us out regardless. We could have asked you regardless. I mean, I understand that, but some wish, but of course. All right. So the fact that you're even bringing that up means you might have an idea on what we will ask you. Thanks. Here we go. Before we start. Head pat again? Okay. Yeah. They're there now? Why are we so tense? It's okay? Now, I would be tense, because again, with how open you've been, if you knew us, the fact that you didn't just tell us, that would make me nervous. No need to be nervous or afraid. You'll answer any questions we have. I kind of did need you to say that. I won't lie. But I still don't know why you wouldn't just say it. If what you could say. All right. Take a deep breath. Relax and try to gather our thoughts. Otherwise, okay. Take whatever time you need and ask all the questions you want. I do appreciate this. I'm still a little tense though. Thank you. I'm feeling a lot better. Well, maybe I'm just nervous about what you're gonna say. Clap. Okay. This isn't to relieve your nerves, it's to set the mood. I would start light. When we first met in the park. Yeah, that part you should at least be able to explain. You knew us? Does that mean you know about us? Yeah. I know nothing. So that's... But no. Wouldn't it make sense? Like, even if you didn't know we didn't know about our past. That would mean we didn't recognize you. Like, normally when people introducing you, say, I was such and such, or I saw you grow from when you were this tall, but you didn't say much. That's what's got me nervous. And yeah. Don't tell me you don't know. Okay. You only know our name. It's part of information you received related to the contract. There was a record relating to our birth. Was it about how it was created as part of a special project? Well, remember or we're told? It's of both. Can you tell us if we do remember? That, yeah, we barely have any of our memories back then. I haven't heard this song in a while. There was just one short memory that popped into my mind a while back. Are we talking about the individual we met there? I was a child born as part of a project. So I was born. I was born, not created. Called Project AD, right? Yes. How do we know that? Well, we met two individuals. Like I said, it was... When did that event come out? It was right after two things that I recorded. I didn't know we were gonna meet Gian in there, but... Can you tell me about the project? I doubt it. You don't have to tell me everything. I'd be happy with even just a hint of what kind of experiment it was or what they were trying to research. It's the only way I can know what I was born for or what I even am. Are you not able to answer? Oh, I think... Wait a minute. No, you can't be. You're not a Naita clone. No. Though, now that I think about it, what I was trying to say is, Naita would know a lot more, wouldn't she? She knew our purpose. It was to be when the queen, like the whole part about our abilities activating. And there being a queen gene. Just a moment. Okay. Oh, is it in your mind? It's completely confidential. And I figured. In other words, you're sorry. Okay. I only select few within the arc even know of the project, meaning it's confidential as can be. Can you tell me who knows? Instead, while I may not fully answer your question, I can at least explain why the project was created. To stop the queen, right? Would that be alright? I'll take any information I can get, please. A very old contract. Okay. A long time ago, when the Raptors had only just begun to... Wait, were you around back then? Oh, hold up. There were two big forces. The United Forces of Humanity, a government military that fought the Raptures. And a group... Oh, well, yeah. I already knew that. They joined hands to fight the Raptures, but around the time they finally accepted defeat and tried to retreat to the Ark, the United Forces of Humanity made a major decision. In order to secure the technology they lacked so they could better govern the Ark, they chose to merge with ETC, and yeah. I think that was Neon's chapter? Did we find that out there? Or was it Ark Guardian? But this is the first time our MC would know about it. Because that's important. I have no idea if Neon told us anything of what she remembered. Well, at least not yet. There's still time, like she just came back. Many people believe the merger was the end result of a power struggle between the two. But I think they simply decided that neither side could defeat the Raptors on their own. Many people believe the merger was the end result of a power... Oh. Oh, yeah, I agree with you. When that agreement was reached, they presented their conditions for the merger. What were the conditions? VTC wanted to continue the research they had conducted on the surface, so they entered into an agreement with Macilis Industry. They did! So they were all... No wonder I say Macilis was terrible, but considering Ingrid and EH's mother... and Mustang of the past, whoever he might be, if he's our Mustang or he's just the past Mustang, whether he's Hanson or Mustang, yeah. No, he was always Mustang. Point is, all three companies seem like they might have been bad, but I don't know who was in charge of Macilis before Suyin. To be honest, Suyin looks the most innocent of the three when compared to Ingrid's mother and the older Mustang. Like, it's scary to say that, but it's true. At the very least, Syrian didn't mistreat people, just the Nikkes. That's not a good thing, but both Mustang and Ingrid's mother mistreated, Ingrid's mother mistreated EH, her own daughter. And Mustang, we already saw that. So, Macilis may not have been, I need to know how Macilis was back then. But being connected to VTC so intimately, no matter how bad Ingrid's mother, Mustang, or Suyin were, just from what we've heard about Princess, she should beat all of them, as far as how terrible of a person she was. Meanwhile, the United Forces of Humanity wanted to develop technology that would help humankind, so they requested that the VTC share its miraculous scientific advances. Yeah. There are many more conditions besides those, but those are the two biggest ones you're able to mention at the moment. Also, when representatives from each party gathered, following statement was added to the agreement. This agreement has been made under supervision of a veiled order. Oh, isn't that your name of your squad? Wait. Oh, hold up. You're huge. Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about someone they had a loan payment and they can't pay up, or parking tickets, or something like that. Or what we were just dealing with, your foundation. But you had enough authority to serve as a witness between the two big forces in the world becoming the central government? Honestly, part of me questions that. Why did they allow a Nikke squad to have such an important... I have questions. But that might be why you were underground for so long. Should either two parties violate any of the aforementioned terms, they may be suppressed by force. Wait, you're not trying to say that you could do that, could you? Were you there when this agreement was made? Yes. Now, seriously, how are you supposed to stop Deep members, for example? Let alone the other members of the VTC. That's one of the reasons you remain underground until now. So why could you come up? In regard to one of those technologies that would be helpful to humankind, you may have heard me refer to someone as you-know-who earlier. They offer themselves up as that can only be one person, if it leads to us. Anderson. To begin a particular research project. Wait, Anderson wanted... Wait. Anderson wanted... Hold up. Does he know who we are? He's got to, right? I wouldn't know because I don't know Anderson has that gene. Someone dreamed of making the world a better place. They wanted the Ark to serve as a starting point for that, so they embarked on many different endeavors. Project AD was one of them. You started one more thing connected to Project AD? Heard it mentioned many times today. Evergreen? That makes sense, though. Is that why we can regenerate so much? This person was able to get it mass produced. Wait, bro, are you telling... Wait. Hold up. That has massive implications for us. Are we immortal? Because I was wondering, I just said, what does that mean for someone like Anderson? He doesn't look like he's aged that much compared to that woman who took it as young as she could get it. But if Anderson is the originator of Evergreen... Yeah, they really were a great person. Not only did they kickstart Project AD, but even the contract that you helped me wrap up today was one of the many good things they did for the Ark. Yeah. So Anderson established an organization for orphans. Wonder what made him do that. In order to care, well, I mean, yeah, that's a good reason enough in itself. But I was trying to think of the Ark Guardian specifically, that event. I guess because he could never have kids with Lilith. Their own wealth! They wanted to prevent the children from taking things for granted and becoming wasteful. They were concerned the money would fall into the wrong hands, which would prevent the children from getting support they needed. So the foundation made a contract with you and had the children send you letters every year recording the changes in the Ark. Yeah, precisely. It does. They devoted everything they had to making the world better, to making it good. So to describe Project AD, one of several foundation stones laid to build a good world. But that's a very roundabout way of saying it, though. Part of the foundations of a good world, huh? Someday, I'm sure you'll learn the whole truth about this project. Yeah, someday. I need to go talk to a certain monk for more answers on that, I think. Yeah, I was about to say. I can't imagine you'd be upset. And yeah, can you at least tell me if they're alive or not? That should be... Of course you can. You told us. But in terms of the arc in which we live in, they are the commander and wait. Wait. Commander in chief. Yeah, commander in chief. Yeah, okay. I was about to say that's not Anderson. Part of me thought I was going crazy for a second. I kept hearing deputy chief, deputy chief, deputy chief. I'm like, surely there's someone over you all, right? Like, they often act like they report to someone, but we've never seen this person. Yeah. Okay, good. I wasn't going crazy. Why not? That's also right why they wrote so many letters in advance and why I was the one to deliver them. I presume any other details about them are confidential. Correct. While you and I are speaking, the Commander-in-Chief is continuing to sacrifice for the Ark. So it's not Enoch. Because Enoch can just appear on their phones. But Enoch does make... There's a Commander-in-Chief. What? Sacrifice for the Ark, huh? So, is the Commander-in-Chief related to Anderson? But Anderson is the only one I could think of. Like, is Anderson under a fake title or something? Because I can see why he physically wouldn't be able to meet them. He can't go anywhere too far without getting treatment. Due to, you know, being attacked by a heretic and almost dying. I feel like that was very helpful. It's also what I was gonna say is that Anderson is the only one I know of who has the same genes as us. Of course, doesn't mean there's not another person. VTC clearly recognized the gene before he was there. And it could be because the central government or the United Forces had to have some sort of power themselves. Maybe VTC wanted it. Although they act like they created it. I don't know. It helped a lot. Anything else I'd like to ask? Nah, I think I'm good for now. Yeah, I appreciate you answering them the best you could. Mind if I ask you one thing as well? You had a question for me? Okay, what is it? Do I think the Ark is becoming a better place? Ah, yeah, that's a tough one. Like I said, I can see the good and the bad of it. What would I consider a better place as far as the arc is concerned? Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to ask that. Is this a choice? Yeah, you found yourself wanting to know what we think? I knew it. And here is my answer. At the very least, Elysian and Tetra are in better places. The Ingrid and Mustang of now, they truly do look out for their people. Suyin, we're still working on that, but I don't know how Macilis was before, but they're related to VCC, so I don't have high hopes. We also no longer have, well, actually we now do have deep members. They're just under Neon, which is an improvement still. And I now have a team that is capable of reclaiming the surface. I am here. So, while there are many, many things I would like to address, and I am certainly not happy with the state of affairs, 6-0 is one such thing. Hopefully we can get rid of that little section of history. But I do think it is becoming a better place. Why do I think that? So it has many problems, but I agree with what Oliver said. I receive help from many good people around me, and there are people striving to make the world better, like the Commander-in-Chief. Well, striving to is one thing, but I actually do see tangible progression. I honestly would say Mustang cares for his Nikkes. Like, I can't see any one of them, like if any harm would come to them, he would be furious. I can just imagine. Which is more so why I'm saying there's a positive change. If only for those companies, which are crucial to our fighting force. And even then, Suyin has gone through some changes. So, well, more so being forced by Enoch. And Enoch has gone through changes. And we now have a new star of the arc. So yeah. It might not be the best place as of now. Well, we'll get there. You appreciate our answer. What about you? Before you came to the arc, saw many people on the surface who lost their families due to war. Or friends, most people were sad. But today you got to see the arc not through letters or television, but through your own two eyes, and you got to see a lot of different people. People still suffer and grieve because of illnesses, accidents, and loss of life, but it's also a child who cried over a lost teddy bear, then smiled again when it was found, and family who gathered together to shop and eat together, and everyone was just living their lives. I think the fact that people can now live ordinary lives is an indication that the world is already moving in the right direction. And the reason people are able to reclaim a semblance of normality. Yeah. So you think everything will be alright, no matter what kind of place the arc might be now? Good people will continue striving to create and maintain a good world. I agree with you. I agree with you too. There's several injustices that I am almost ready to say, alright. Especially if Anise gets the status of Pretty does. And then Rappy's known as the foremost crucial combatant you can't do anything about. And then Neon. Literally cure to so many diseases. With those three under my control, well, not under my control, I don't rule them, but we're a team, and they will follow my lead. Those three, honestly, I would say almost are more important than the central government. No, should I even say almost? Like, we could just go out on the surface. I never really have to come back to the arc, and I think I can just handle things. Except getting Rapunzel and Scarlet back up. After that, after the Goddess Squad is fully back up again, then I can do what I want. Really not? No, that's not why. I did more than that. They're there. Tell me. Yeah, when I first took you to the train station and when I comforted the child who lost her teddy bear, was that all because I wanted to ask about my past? Also, yeah, that's true. What matters is what you choose to do with those feelings, how you act. Told you before, nothing in this world is only natural. It comes down to the choices we make. Very wise words. I think the future you're going to create will become the good world that I dream of. Yeah, that's serious pressure. Not every choice I make will necessarily be better for the sake of a better world. I'm only trying to protect what matters to me. How about this? I'll watch over you. I don't know if I want to be one of your contracts. Those seem serious, like massively serious. Okay, you just want to observe, to see the world we create. That'll give you your answer. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna be able to observe from down there. Yeah, you can't get any letters about me. Okay. Once you do that, let's talk again. Well, I've grown up to be. I still have that mystery aspect though, because you still haven't told me what the point of the project was for. Although, again, I think I already know. You won't stay underground anymore? You'll live here in the Ark and watch with your own eyes. Okay. Oh, we're not done yet. Let's finish this, last event. Which won't take long. Oh, you didn't fight? Wait. Okay, I didn't have auto on.
I'm glad you're safe.
Dang it, wrong
Mission
person.
complete.
Although it's interesting that you're a part of the people for this event. What's up? A letter? After filling the final contract, I now write to deliver my closing report. In order to inform the Foundation's children that their contracts were ending, I came to the Ark in person for the first time in a long while. Since the day you reprimanded VTC, what you mean? You met Sarah, who now owns a cafe. Also, you met with Oliver, who had a wonderful life with the family he's built. And though I regrettably could not meet him in person, I also found Leo, who lived a truly devoted life, and notified him of his contract's conclusion. All three faithfully fulfilled their contracts over the span of a time as adults, each succeeded in building a new family of their own. It's just as you wished. I also wish how much the Ark has changed through illness, misfortune, and death still, though illness, misfortune, and death still cause people to suffer. Things appear to be in times like before the war, just as you dreamed. With people free to live normal lives once more, laughing and crying over beautifully trivial things. Okay, that makes more sense on why you said that earlier. Some people view these changes and claim peace has made society complacent and that we are headed in the wrong direction. They do not believe the world has become a better place. Others see the same world and point out how people now help each other, indicating the world is becoming good. As you once said, the fact that opinions are split down the middle may be proof that the Ark has undergone a meaningful change. Oliver asked me to tell you something. He is grateful to have been allowed to live his life as a human being. He, Sarah, and Leo all miss you dearly. I wanted to be certain I conveyed that to you. Also, through all these moments, I was together with a child you had hoped would be born out of the VTC's efforts. I watched him comfort a child who had lost her teddy bear, accompany someone who lost their way to the place they need to go, help someone find closure who had been hesitant and wavering, and in general offer his time and heart willingly for the sake of others. He's grown into such a kind person. He achieved what no one else has. Wait, why does he not know that? Why does the commander-in-chief not know I did that? Someone who will one day lead humanity toward a better world. Why are you down here? And what direction the world will take because of those choices? From the very first time, I'm choosing to do this not part of a contract or promise, but of my own will. Hope you will watch together with me as he creates the future you long to hope for. With this, I conclude my report and formally bring the Foundation's contract to a close. Thank you for everything. Giant coffin. What? Were you near the core of the Ark or something? Okay.
I'm glad you're safe.
Damn.
Mission complete.
Still didn't appear. Bro, what the heck? Come back.
If anything is weighing on you, no matter what it is, you can talk to me about it. I'm always happy to lend an ear.
Squad under central government dedicated to upholding the Ark's more clandestine agreements. They act as witnesses to deals made in the shadows and keep watch to make sure they're honored. I have questions. So it's 110% not Anderson. So then, is that guy our father? It makes sense though that it's not Anderson. Anderson, last time BTC was trying to forcibly experiment on him, and he was quite livid. The fact that he would volunteer to do that, even if it's for a good cause, it didn't make sense. And I was wondering, I mean, doesn't mean Anderson couldn't find or make an organization like this, but I would think someone would do that because of a strong motivating factor. Honestly, Oswald seemed more prone to doing that than Anderson. But Oswald clearly was not the leader. And another thing, do I want to like the commander of the central government? Because who else would have agreed to have what happened done to the guy? Like, I understand anybody involved with making that decision is not cool with me. Period. I don't care what you were trying to do. They were the heroes of humanity. That decision was only made because they feared losing their power. That is it. I will not hear anything else. If you think they might be a problem, then you work to mitigate that through other means. Not discrediting them, not trying to take them out. Anywho, with that being said, that was interesting. I felt it was more teasing things to come. And giving straight answers. Let me see, where is... happened before we meet Dorothy. Interesting. Oh, I said 2. No, there's 3 people who know about us. Let me see if I can get something for you all. Okay, yeah, this part. A small tank stands for us, an otherwise empty lab as an experiment has been halted midway. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Project AD, pop. As quickly as it turned on, the screen abruptly turns off. Project AD, headache intensifies. Enhancing the human body through technological advancement, a new purpose. And blur blur, my body feels like it weighs a ton, my arms and legs refuse to move. I feel stifled, I attempt to move the tip of my fingers. Subject is moving, I can hear a familiar voice. Wait, I'm going to... Another familiar voice. Is he one of the test subjects for the project? Yes. And yes, these 2 were experimenting on, well, observing us at least, in the past. We have the results for this subject soon, most likely. The deadline is approaching. Do you think it will succeed this time? Ether glances toward me. Not sure. None of the past cases have been successful. This one fails too, the project might be terminated, won't it? For someone who isn't a part of the project, you remember an awful lot. Thanks to this new improved body, I remember everything. Fair point. Yeah, which is they are successors to Abe. At least Mana is. She confirmed that. Don't look so grim. It's just a hunch. I think this attempt will be a success. A hunch. It's rather unscientific of you to say. Achieving success in your research doesn't always depend on science alone. It's just hope on your end. I've grown far more invested in this than I thought I would. You know, now that I think about it, that explains Ether's comment to Neon about wanting her to come back. My only hope is that we don't have to terminate. And that is the flashback in question that we were talking about. I wanted to do this event, and I think that's the main important thing from this, besides the fact that Jian also appears. But we know who Jian is now. Very much so. So, my mistake. There were 3 people who we could probably ask, but can't tell us. And now that I look at this again, I don't know if... No, Naita has to know. Because she informed us about all those details. Someone's got to eventually tell us as well. Like, you would think now that we have confirmed... Well, no one knows except Anderson that the Queen has come back down. And wouldn't my gene activates as a response to the Queen gene, right? Now I think about it, that's weird. With the original Queen, she can't activate our gene? Because it seemed like it definitely was Marion who did it. Or maybe it was just a coincidence. Everything happened so quick. I don't know. Either way. No, that is interesting. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but the fact that our gene activated, there's only 2 scenarios that can happen. One scenario is someone would have to know that a new queen will be born, or the old queen would come down. If it's to stop the old queen, like, sure, that can make sense, but Naita seems so certain that there was a new queen gene coming out. And to be fair, Naita's done a lot of research, so maybe she told the ARC. She did work with MMR, or she was a deep member, at least I'm assuming. And sure, I'm wondering if our gene is supposed to activate specifically for a new queen, which would have implications on what is expected of us. Maybe I'm thinking too much about this. And I don't even know if we're going to get new answers with what's coming out next. Because in the story, we still got 6-0, annoyingly. I sincerely hope we move on from 6-0. 6-0 is not worth our time anymore. But... oh. Wait. Claim this. And as usual, go to the lobby. Yeah, it was this. I have questions. And unfortunately, unlike all the other series I do where I have seen every single bit of information and I go back and watch them, I have gaps in my knowledge. I do know that for this game. I'm working on closing them all up. So I will definitely be reading the comments on this one. Please, everyone, let me know what you thought about this down in the comments below, as well as what your thoughts are. Because now I'm starting to think. We might have thought we knew what the experiment was for, but... and again, that's why I question Naita in general. But anywho. Oh, huh. That's nice. I did see one thing. Wait. Helm and Eleg made it onto this? Interesting. And of course, Cinderella, Siren, and Grave. Have to. That looks like a fit, too. Okay. Well, either way. What I was going to say is, I think I saw an image of Rappy and Neon wearing like some outfit that was in support of a niece. They never show, like, there's been many different fits that they've had for the anniversaries that they never bring to the game. I don't know why. Do they not like money? Well, no, they clearly are doing something right. Maybe they just don't want to overwhelm people. But they can make it free if they're not going to do it, right? Or release it. Maybe it's not fully 2D. I don't know. Either way. With that being said, the next time you all see me, it should be to handle this event. Like I said, if we could keep it quiet in the comments, I am going to discover everything for the first time when I record. But for now, please post your thoughts about Good World down in the comments below. You are not who I thought you were. Much more important, and I have questions. But post your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.